Hey, it's your girl, inspired by BB with Loftp Africa, and my co-host.
Lou, what it do?
Yes, okay. So today we're talking about a few different topics. One of which is the Beyonce song with Meg the Stallion, and how she was talking about Demon Time and OnlyFans. And so, tell me some things. What's your opinion on that?
Well, I think shit, they cashing in. She
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Beyonce say your name is automatic. You know what I'm saying? So she
True.
said she mentioned demons. What is it? Demon Time and
Mhm.
OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? And you know, as on one of our previous episodes, we were just talking about the OnlyFans when Miss Brianna Moore was on our
Was with
episode,
us.
right? Right,
Absolutely.
right, right,
Yeah.
right, right. Yeah, and yeah,
OnlyFans is booming now,
I
It's the
heard, I hear.
thing. It's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. It's where girls are going to make extra income during this
Right,
time, when they're not
right.
working or
And now
whatnot.
Beyonce shouted out the monetization is on the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Right.
yes. And I
Yeah,
mean,
it's gonna be
OnlyFans was really monetizing it
right.
because a lot of the girls on OnlyFans do charge
Mm-hmm.
for
A subscription,
different
right? Like a
things,
monthly. Mm-hmm.
subscription, monthly
Right.
subscription, photos,
Mm-hmm.
messages, anything you want
Mm-hmm.
to do, you pay for.
Right.
So everything is paid for. I mean, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like maybe Demon Time. This was my first time actually even hearing about Demon Time.
Not exactly what demon time is. You know what I'm saying? But
From what I read, is a website such as OnlyFans, but it's for strippers and I guess parties and stuff like that.
gotcha.
So they are partnering up with OnlyFans to have their own pay-per-view type of strip club,
Mm-hmm.
like a mega strip club, and it's
Right.
going to be split screen, I guess, and people can join whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I got from that. So I'm interested in seeing how that works out, and if it's more money than what girls are making on OnlyFans, or
Gotcha.
making in the strip clubs physically.
Right.
Because I feel like you still gonna want to be in the strip club. You're still gonna want to
Exactly.
touch the female if you're gonna be paying for it.
Hey,
But
look
then
though.
again, there are the socially awkward people who
Right.
don't
Right.
want to
Right. Right.
be
Right.
around people or touch people, just want to
Yeah.
see it.
And this is the new reality right now, ain't it? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's not gonna be up close and personal touching for a while. So you know.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I heard like from friends that are strippers, they said that they might be opening up soon, like sooner than we think.
Mm. I mean, so we
Yeah.
say, so they say, but you know, like different places, like I hear LA saying they're extending the stay in order to like the end of July, beginning of August. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know how accurate that is because a lot of people are
We are already
saying contradicting things about that. Some people are saying, yeah, that's how it's
well,
gonna
you
go, and some people are saying, nah, they're gonna open up or
sure because we might be like already like 50% open. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so we don't know exactly how that's gonna go over here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but you know, it might be a lot of virtual peeping toms. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know, I already
now and what's going on right now, this is the best way to, I
yeah.
guess, monetize.
They say they say porn is at an all time high, so you know, hey man, get it in,
Yep, because
whatever,
can't
whatever it
nobody get
takes.
the real thing. Nobody wants
Right,
to
right,
meet
right,
up.
right.
Nobody wants to go to nobody's house.
Nobody wants to touch. You know what I'm
Nobody wants to
saying?
touch. Nobody wants to breathe around each other. Like people
Right.
barely want to go to the grocery store, to be honest. I'm sure a lot of
I
these
had to
apps
get some.
are making a lot of
Mm-hmm.
money too.
A lot of these lookalike blow up dolls.
I'm surprised
You know what I'm saying?
they ain't sold out of them.
Right. That shit is
Yeah.
crazy though. What you think about the cannabis industry taking off in Africa?
Oh, I'm so interested. I'm so interested. I can't wait to get more information on
Mm,
that because I definitely want to like invest in my own country, and I feel like it is a multi-billion dollar like industry. So why not?
mm-hmm.
I would help Africa's economy very, very greatly. I feel like.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, I like to see. I'm glad to see that kind of progress going on in Africa and pretty much in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
Mhm.
know, um,
Absolutely.
recognizing the power of marijuana because most of it is still, in the same purpose, like medicinal use. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right.
Yeah. You know
And
what I'm
they're
saying? So it's
still,
like the
I mean, it is medicine, you know? It's earth
right,
grown medicine.
right. It's earth
So,
grown medicine, and it's it's like the 2020 version of prohibition. You know what I'm saying?
right, right. The only difference is it actually doesn't have negative effects. It's no proven
Right.
negative effects to it. Like alcohol has negative effects.
Hey, alcohol,
Yeah,
painkillers. You know what I'm saying?
everything. And everything
Every
that's aesthetic.
right, right. So I'm definitely all for the for the freedom that it brings, the economic chances that it gives everybody opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So I
Right.
say,
And the behavioral changes probably as
right.
well. Like anxiety, less anxiety probably. We will have more less aggressive people,
hmm So I think
you
the
know.
the the last country that just legalized it was Lesotho in
Okay.
February, and then it's legal in Uganda, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Zambia,
They said 10
uh,
countries, right? Right
right,
now.
South
Yeah.
Africa, and the Congo. Those are the countries that I've heard so far.
Yeah.
So go
Yeah.
Africa, go. You
And
know,
honestly, $10,000 for a 5-year license, that's less
this
than
is
what
what
you pay for liquor license.
exactly,
You pay
and
that
it's
a year for a liquor
yeah,
license for a small establishment.
yeah, and it's actually cheaper than what you'll pay in the United States. You know what I'm saying? So hey,
Right, right.
right,
So I
you
mean,
know what I'm
I think that
saying?
will be bringing a lot more of our generation kids back
Mm-hmm.
to Africa to utilize
Exactly,
that, and
exactly,
that would bring
exactly.
more money back to
More money,
Africa.
right? Yeah, yeah, and it'll bring that stronger connection.
Right,
So
right.
I'm definitely all
And
for it.
I'm so for it. Like I'll be over there smoking my ganja, living in my
Mm-hmm.
weed house.
Right,
My whole house
right,
be weed
exactly, exactly. So hey,
for
man,
medicinal
just
use only.
right, right, right. Medicinal use only. So everybody, if you want to go to Africa, hey, it's no better time than now. Once the borders open back up.
Yeah,
On another note, in Africa, it is COVID-19, so we definitely got to talk about it all the time. So,
yeah,
uh, it's kind of, it's kind of, I guess it's mixed results as far as it's not as many deaths as there have been in other places.
right,
Like I think the number of deaths, I think they're estimating them to be a total of 300,000. As of May 1st, it was 37,393 cases and
right,
1,598 people dead so far. But
right.
the estimate of what they think of how many people will actually die in totality don't know by what date, but they're
They said by the
estimating
end of the
300,000.
year,
Right,
300,000 by the end of the year. That's what they
right,
estimated. But the Imperial College London,
right.
I guess that's a magazine or a research
Mm-hmm.
group. They were the ones who said 300,000. But I think that's a little extreme considering um,
Mm-hmm.
it's only been 150, I mean, 1,598 deaths thus far
Right,
in a
right.
matter of how many months?
In a matter, I would say what probably since
Since,
February, March.
yeah,
You
February,
know,
March, April.
right,
So,
right.
and now May.
So and yeah, and then Africa also closed their borders.
Right,
And from what I read, the African Union and the African CDC
right.
actually they may have done better than the United States because they were actually kind of prepared. And they
Yeah.
shut the borders down pretty quick.
Yeah. What
So
really surprised me about that is the fact that they said it's really affecting, it's basically pushing them into recession because it's affecting their business
right, right,
relationships with other countries because they're not able to import export, and
right,
that's their main money maker.
right,
So it's really
right,
affecting lower class people because at this time food is scarce and
right,
whatnot. So I feel like that's kind of scary, and that's something that we need to, as Africans in America, need to kind of figure out how we could help out,
right,
and what I guess steps we can take in order to help them America is doing to help, lower income people with the stimulus packages and whatnot. Like how would
Mm-hmm.
I would like to know how, or what is Africa doing, or each country doing to make sure that their lower income is being
Right.
fed during
Right.
this period.
From what I've seen, a lot of the wealthy and affluent people, like they in different countries, like especially Nigeria, a couple millionaires put together a fund. I think they came up with something like $68 million total, and then
Mm-hmm.
and I think they said it's going on in a couple other countries as well. So,
Yeah, I
um,
mean, I would hope. And that's nice that the citizens of the country are actually taking it upon themselves to do that. But I feel
right.
like as a government, the government needs to also take responsibility for
Hmm.
their people, because without their people, they wouldn't even have a country.
Hmm.
So, it kind of plays hand in hand. You got to take care of your people in order for them to take care of you, no matter the
Right.
corruption, because this is a time where, minus all differences, everybody's suffering equally.
Yeah. And then on the other hand, you have the xenophobia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the Africans, the Kenyans, especially Kenyans that were in China in the Hanzhou region of China.
Hmm.
That what I'm saying, like basically like just racism, xenophobia, whatever you want to call it,
Hmm.
where they were kicked out in the streets, and you know,
Yeah, I
and
mean, like
as
how
if
they did in China.
as if it originated in Africa, which is crazy. From what we know, it originated in China. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
so that's crazy that you know
Monkey see, monkey do. So I feel
right.
like, that's one of those things where people are just taking what they hear, and, oh, black people are the majority that are, affected by corona. So don't be around black. No, because at the end of the day, anybody can catch corona from
Right.
anywhere, from any
Right.
object, from anything that has the coronavirus on it, and you happen to touch,
Right.
you can contract the virus. So I don't see it as
Exactly.
being a race thing. It's more of
Right.
it might just happen,
Right.
you know?
Right.
It's like by
Right.
chance thing.
The virus doesn't choose you by race. You
No,
can
it
you can
doesn't
be
say, oh,
white.
she's
You
black.
can be
She's
right.
I'm gonna catch her before a white
Right.
person
It's
gets it.
definitely.
If both people are, a white person and a black person, is in the same room with somebody who's infected by
Hmm.
coronavirus, no matter their gender, they're both gonna catch
Right.
it.
Right. Basically, anybody can get it.
So anybody can get it. So that's the misconception I hate hearing is, oh, it's a
Hmm.
larger percentage of African American. Okay, well, maybe that larger percentage was exposed to more to people who were infected. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And they
Right.
could have been infected by somebody who was Caucasian or
Right.
Asian or Spanish,
Exactly.
just being
Right.
at the
Right.
wrong place at the wrong time.
Right. Look, this thing is traveling through the air, so
Yeah.
anybody can get it.
Right. If you sneeze
Anybody
in the
can get it.
wrong
Game.
spot, you can get it. So, and you
Right.
don't have a mask on,
Right.
or, and they even said with the mask on, you still could get it. So
Hmm. Hmm.
it's just a matter of just hoping and praying that it doesn't happen to you.
Right. On another note, I guess we're gonna close it out with this Loftp letter.
Okay.
This one
I
looks.
actually wanted to talk about the lady in Africa.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the lady in Africa.
Yeah, because I thought that was an interesting topic.
The widow.
The widow, and how, like, Nigerian, well, with certain Nigerian culture, I guess southern Nigeria, it would be the Delta.
Yeah, that small city. I forget the name of that city. But
The Delta. It's called the
right,
Delta something.
right,
Um, the Delta
right.
state.
Hmm.
Okay. So anyway, that's southern Nigeria, if I'm not
Right,
mistaken.
right.
And so widows are subjected to a set of practices after they are widowed, meaning if your husband died or something like that, like,
Hmm.
the family will basically automatically say that you were the reason for his death because you were unpure.
Hmm.
And I feel like that's so freaking sad that that even exists,
Right.
because I mean, how horrid and how insensitive of people to make you go through certain things, like what they were saying. They were making people drink the bath water of the corpse, of
Hmm.
what they use to wash the corpse.
Yeah,
or
made it
lie beside the corpse to prove innocence that they didn't cause the death.
right and make the lady strip down and strip
What kind
down
of
naked.
uneducated, and I'm sorry to say that about people's cultures or whatever the case is, but that shit is the same as when people were circumcising little girls
Right.
in
Female
Sudan
genital
and
mutilization.
East.
Right,
Right. Same. So what is the purpose of
right,
that?
right.
You
Speaking of
know what I'm
that,
saying?
I heard they just started a law that made that illegal of
Right.
the
Yeah.
female genital mutilization. We can talk
Yeah.
about that next time though. But yeah, that's crazy how they did this lady and she didn't want to do it and she tried to fight back, but they
They said they
threatened
would
it.
exile her. I would have said exile me because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna be sitting here letting you guys humiliate me, make me take showers in public, and fucking shave my pubic hair, shave off my hair, and then one thing that advocate that was advocating to come up with a law for that to basically to ban that, she said that that could be an excuse for certain people to cause harm to you that were jealous of you.
Right. Yeah,
And
exactly.
so many words she said that. But literally, I feel like anybody that could put somebody through that while they're grieving is evil.
Exactly. Because how could you put somebody through like that? That
They're
shit
already
is not
grieving about the fact that their husband is dead, and now they got to figure out what they got to, And, and I've never in my culture is not like that. My culture, Ethiopian culture, we
mm-hmm.
grieve together. We grieve for
Right.
months. I mean, there are
Right.
some people that shave off their head. That's just their own choice, though. My
Right.
mother shaved off her
Right.
head when her dad died.
Mm-hmm.
That was her way
And
of expressing how she felt, I guess.
even my family here from the Congo that's in the United States,
Hmm.
whenever somebody is not even a family member, somebody uh Congolese descent, and if it's somebody like everybody agrees together, comes to the person's house basically for about a week,
Hmm.
and then after that it's the burial. You know what I'm saying? But it's
Yeah.
nothing like it's no forced action. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So,
I mean, in Ethiopian
but
tradition, we do grieve for a while, like
mm-hmm.
depending on how close the relative was to you, and depending on how long you want to grieve, till you
Right,
feel like you're okay to be on your own. Somebody's always with you during this
exactly,
grieving process, whether it's a few months or a year. Somebody's always with you.
right,
But that in itself, just while I was reading, I was getting so angry. I was
mm-hmm.
getting so angry inside. I was like, people really are going through this.
Right.
Like,
It's,
what priest,
it's
what sheikh, what cultural
right.
minister approved of this?
Mm-hmm. It's crazy though, but I hope that region that they progress into 2020. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of we and hopefully like they start to get some education and just progress in the mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I honestly am really trying to figure out where that culture came from and where it
Yeah.
derived from exactly. Like
Right.
I'm really gonna do more research on that and just see
Right.
culturally what made them do that. Because honestly, with the circumcision, I feel like that was a cultural thing because back in the days,
Mm-hmm.
like kids were getting raped and whatnot, and I feel like that was their
Right.
way of I guess controlling
Right.
whatever they had to control. But for everything is a reason behind it. Whether it was a reason that was valid then
Right.
and doesn't hold any, valid, whatever it's called, is not valid anymore.
Right.
So, yeah, I
Right.
just feel like there has to be like a reasoning behind why they do that. But
Yeah.
they said it
And
was to find innocence because they always thought that the wife was the reason for the death because she was unclean. But I want to know, why is she unclean? Because her husband
right.
died.
I mean, that's
Everybody's bound to die.
that's like society judgment. Like like you can't tell somebody how they're supposed to grieve. So you know,
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
find out more
Okay.
about it. Talk about it again on
Absolutely.
to take us out of here. We're gonna do the love letter.
Yes.
I'll tell you what I think about this. This one is very interesting. Dear Loft P, I just broke up with my girlfriend right before the coronavirus lockdown started. I just had caught her cheating on me. She fell asleep one day, and when she fell asleep, I went through her phone. What I found in her phone was her putting another man's D in her mouth
Mm.
and enjoying it. We broke up. However, after the coronavirus lockdown started, we were back in communication. When communication started and the coronavirus kept going on, my business and my finances were affected.
Mm-hmm.
She asked me how much I needed to be back in shape, and I told her I needed $1,500. She cash apped me $5,000.
Mm.
Now everything is back good. The only issue is I've recently started asking her to send me some nudes because I'm not gonna lie, it turned me on when I saw her doing what she does. But
Mm-hmm.
she does not oblige in sending me nudes. I feel like it's kind of weird. Should I be offended? How should I proceed in this relationship?
Honestly, that's weird how she's quick to send you $5,000 when you actually asked for $1,500. So that's guilty. One. Um, but at the same time, not wanting to send your boyfriend nudes, that's kind of odd considering you have a whole sex tape in your phone.
Right.
Like,
And
how
look,
does that add up?
hey man,
Like
I
a
just
nigga
say
see you, he sees
all,
you naked
all
when you sleep together.
all I say is you usually get what you're looking for. So you went looking for this stuff in her phone, and you sure as hell found it.
Right. I wonder if it was
You know.
recent or maybe something old that he just stumbled upon that, girls love to keep old stuff.
I mean, I think with an iPhone or even a Galaxy, like I think it's a timestamp on it. Now you can look and
See.
see when it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. So
Mhm.
I don't know, but hey, $5,000. That's a very good apology.
I know. But he sure did take it though. He sure
Right.
took it. He
And
sure took it.
I think the coronavirus should slow down like a breakdown. It'll make you think twice about can I live with this or what I'm
People
saying? This is
reflecting
this
now.
exactly.
Reflecting.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it ain't like this is the hardest time ever in the world to find somebody new. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. You don't want to be around anybody.
True. So everybody's stuck with their old. So you're trying to say stick with the old people, the
I say
old
if
lovers
there's
and stuff.
if there's I say just ask yourself, is this problem bigger than or what I'm saying, like bigger than I can handle? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this something I can handle or not? You know what I'm
I don't think it's something I can handle. I would take the money and run. I would just go look for another girl if I was him. She's not the girl for
saying?
you. She can't send you a nude. She's not
She
the girl
can't.
for you, baby.
Yes, yeah. Now that's
That's
tough.
all you
She if
surviving off of right now. Nudes.
that's
So
that's tough if you can't send me a nude and you have a sex tape. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
That's tough. That's tough.
right. Something
That's
wrong
tough.
with that.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe I need an open
Unless,
relationship.
uh-huh.
Maybe they need an open relationship.
Or unless she's the type of girl, maybe that's the reason why she has the sex tape in her phone. Maybe she's the type of girl she doesn't want anybody else to have those type of pictures and videos and stuff of her. Because there are girls like that too.
Yeah, maybe
So
she's a freak, but she actually loves her boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I say. It's a
yeah.
it's a weird thing, but yeah. On that note, I'm taking my shot, BB. I don't see a drink in your hand, so I'm gonna take a shot for you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. No, I'm alcohol free for a little while.
Yeah,
Life
yeah,
of the
yeah,
party
yeah.
without alcohol.
Right, 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 right. So I'm drinking this shot for me and BB. We're gonna
Woo-hoo.
say on 1, 2, 3, saying Loftp Africa. So 1, 2, 3,
Loftp
Loftp Africa,
Africa.
and we out of here.